A smile, hearts beacon, beaming bountiful beautifuls, shining eyes lover, soul's faithful companion, lips sunrise. No surprise that the carnival is here with no lies, no one in disguise. Yet we all have to be wise because who knows, underneath our toes there could be a bomb or there could be just a piece of sticky gum. Either way, we're here to have fun. So have it and mind the stabbing because you'd be better off having to have a candy floss in your head instead of being dead.
Hello, Nottingham Carnival 2024. Woo, 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 woo.
What's that in your hand?
Huh?
What's that in your hand?
Maggie.
Magnum. Straight from G.
What does a Magnum do, brother?
You're covered in chocolate.
Oh, why
Have you got a fake microphone?
It's not fake.
Leave my mum alone.
Suck Big Willie.
What happened there?
I love chocolate, you see. So I thought I leave the girls and pour the chocolate all over me. Ask them, I don't know. They pour it on me. They're coming out.
See that chart back there? Chocolate mass. You should get onto it. Go on.
Chocolate.
Get covered in chocolate, baby.
Why chocolate? Why chocolate?
Because it's called Chocolate Nation.
Which is?
Carnival parade where everybody's covered in chocolate. That's the exact answer to your question. Like,
Yeah, I'm great.
It's all good. All good in the hood.
What's Carnival about, man?
What carnival about?
What is it about?
Just come out and enjoy yourself, have a nice time, drink all your liquor drink. Wine on 1,000 woman.
Yeah.
Go in your house and rest yourself. But tell this man, this just good, ain't gonna work. This just good is wrong just good. When you're coming out for carnival, you gotta represent different. You looking like you going to church, so you changing your clothes now.
Yeah.
We getting him hip to the program. Like we call the right thing, right? Don't feel Trinidad violence alone. We deal with love and chilling. Because where we just represent, we don't want to be on the media now, right? Because we don't like media chat. We don't chat. Right?
I'm in here. We represent Trinidad, Oten, UK, London.
Did you guys travel here from Trinidad for Carnival?
2 weeks, we just in and out.
10 woman we going home with today.
Yeah.
We going home with about fucking 10.
7. I'm going to go with 7 girls. Like a fucker, that thing in, out. Fast, quick. Oh, God, one. Who are that body wounded? Not the carnival. This is what carnival is about. Exactly, guys. Arrive alive. This is carnival. You can see it. Watch him eye, walk along live and direct. That is carnival.
Obviously, I'm a celebrity.
I am not a celebrity,
That's fine.
but I am a carnival rever. I love a carnival.
Oh.
I'm from the Caribbean. And me I love to see it in London.
King Charles is gonna knight me like this.
Because
I'm a great man.
what makes you a great man?
Oh my God. Go on my Instagram, you see I'm a great man.
The culture of Bacchus, the Bacchanal.
What's Bacchus?
Ooh, Lord Bacchus. Lord Bacchus you could see on the ancient buildings. Every time you see there's like this really evil looking faces, that's Bacchus. He's the lord of vines, wines, alcohol, orgies. Yeah, just Bacchanal. The Bacchus is the root word of Bacchanal. And Trinidad, as we always like, oh, Bacchanal. The Carnival is the valley of flesh. When we transform Ladbroke Grove into just a sea of people. There's spring rituals. You know, we can get bogged down in the daily job, in the routine of life, and then there's Carnival to remind you that from way back in the days when Lord Bacchus and the cult of Bacchus came around, it was about wine, woman, and song. And that's what we do every year. You gotta let loose, you gotta catch that vibe.
Today, I'm just out here catching some wines.
What's a wine?
Explain what catching a wine means.
Catching a wine. It's when you get big batty on your cocky.
Ooh, the gyration of the waist. That is the ritualistic enactment of the sexual urge.
Catch the slow wine, right? It's really basic. I'm gonna show you guys right now on the camera. It's really like. That's it.
Look at me looking all rubbish, but you have to have sturdy knees, guys.
You know, until the legs tire out. Once the legs tire out, then you have to come back up. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, this is a message for America. Twerking is clap, clap, clap. It is not whining, okay? So if you're gonna twerk, nabada.com. It's whining season, okay?
All that gyration of the infinity wave between man and woman, that rubbing friction is a worship to the fertility of man, like to obey the first commandment, be ye fruitful and multiply. A lot of kids are a result of carnivals. 9 months after carnival, body count up.
What is this?
The word of God up from the Bible. And that's why we have to share it. Because Jesus Christ would be out. He would be walking among these people. Because he died for sinners. We just want to thank God. Hallelujah. Praise the name of Jesus. God bless you. The good news is about Jesus Christ. And he died for us. And he's coming back. So that is why I am here proclaiming the gospel of repentance.
Where are you from originally? Your roots?
From the kingdom of God.
The kingdom of God?
Yes, I'm a kingdom citizen.
Have you seen anything that's satanic here?
What I see, it's abomination. I'm crying. I'm really crying. I'm very broken now, and I'm going to weep because I had to weep over the city like Jesus Christ. Because I go all the way down there and I see so much abomination.
Can you give us an example of an abomination that you've seen?
The ungodly things. Man to man is abomination. Dressing naked, committing ungodly act. You understand? So these are the things we don't respect God's laws and commandments. And the woman them did not dress appropriately. Man, when they see them, the dressing, they're gonna lust and they're gonna fall in sin. We as women, we have to dress modesty because the word of God tells us woman must dress modesty. And if we don't, the man is gonna fall because they're gonna look and they're gonna lust off our nakedness.
Fuck it, the UK, nigga. This is London. We are live, nigga. We enjoying this shit. Fuck the US. Fuck Brooklyn. We here, nigga. We in London. Female here in London is crazy. Not like the New York. New York bitches are crazy, but here, bitches are friendly. Dance with them, everything.
Hello there, girls, if you find me lang, you know what I'm saying? Man's at Kanye, you know what I'm saying?
Anything show me, get me.
Ratatata. I got a rollie on my wrist because I wasn't born with it.
We're going Nottingham Carnival, NAC 2024.
I'll catch you out. I need a bad beat. I'm gonna go for 10s. Cause me, I got a gal. Or no gal.
Carnival!
Hey! Hey, my sliders, my easy sliders.
Welcome to Carnival. Big up Jamaica, big up Guyana, big up all the Caribbean islands. Yeah, they're the best. We can't, if you want to be EDL, I don't know why you're here. I just think it's a bit disrespectful when you're, I just think it's a bit disrespectful when they're dissing our countries and now they want to be here. Like, you can't love what you hate, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's just my words of wisdom.
How does it make you feel when you see a British flag?
I feel very ungrateful because as although I'm British and got free NHS and them things, I'm not proud. Nah.
Why not?
Because that ain't me.
What are you?
Jamaican and Guyanese and Portuguese.
It says immigrants are welcome. And if you look at that sign, Kelso Cochrane, it's a really, really important name because in the 1950s, when my grandparents came to this country, there was a lot of direct racism.
Kelso Cochrane, a black man was killed on Westbourne Park, over there, towards Abishanti Sound System, halfway towards Trellick Tower. There's a plaque, and he was killed by a group of white teddy boy gangsters because of the colour of his skin.
It's the English Defence League today. My grandparents were alive, one of them still is. It will be about the teddy boys.
That was part of these few days of race riots where white gangs went out to target mainly black communities.
Something new and ugly raises its head in Britain. In Notting Hill Gate, only a mile or two from London's West End, racial violence. An angry crowd of youths chases a Negro into a greengrocer's shop.
And the response to that was a woman called Claudia Jones, who started Notting Hill Carnival in 1958. And instead of rebelling with violence, she saw the fact that the African American and the Caribbean, the black and brown also communities of London and the UK were not protected. So instead of getting angry, she was like, let's become proud of ourselves. And so she put on the first carnival, which was indoors in West London, and then it became outdoors a few years later.
Notting Hill Carnival is a really a celebration, and it's about all cultures. But let's not forget the people that founded Notting Hill Carnival.
What other environment are you in where you're with so many people, different communities in society, who are all at their most relaxed or trying to have a good time?
Please notify that this is a West Indian celebration. It's not just about partying. A lot of people think it's about party. I mean, it's about party and rum, but it's also about a celebration of our ancestry in this country. We were welcomed here.
But when we came here to Britain with the Windrush movement, it was just our culture, and there was a bit of disparity between accepting the wildness of the islands in the prim and proper Queen's Dome.
What is Windrush?
It was when Britain invited indentured workers from the islands to come to Britain on a ship. I think Windrush was the name of the boat. So it was necessary for us to like assert our vibe and establish this day where we could be us and not be under the jacket and tie of the colonial masters.
When the Second World War literally obliterated lots of English countrymen, also West Indian countrymen who were sent from all parts of the Caribbean, great-grand-uncle, we made the sacrifice as well. And we came here and we built their country. We were bus drivers, we were nurses. We've really, really incorporated the English culture, but the English culture has also incorporated Caribbeans. Hence, it's a celebration. It's not about any form of violence, and you'll see the expression of love.
What is the White Defence League?
Fuckers, who they are. Do you know what? They're uneducated people who really want to damage our beautiful country, okay? Teddy boys were thugs, so they're thugs. Most of them are in prison at the moment. They're very direct racism. What we've really got to think about is the indirect racism, and I would really encourage people to find out about the history of Notting Hill Carnival, and it's really about defiance, and that's what we're here to do. I'm also here to sell a lot of jerk chicken, you know what I mean? I'm here from early.
So the White Defence League had an office in Notting Hill.
They did have one.
What do you consider the dangers of an increasing coloured population?
Well, there are many immediate evils of the coloured invasion, which are well known to everybody living in this area. But in our opinion, the most important is the long-term one of mass interbreeding.
With everything that we've been seeing going on, all the far-right riots and the terrorism that's been directed towards Muslim communities and refugee and immigrant communities, it is such a parallel to 1958, which a lot of people don't know, which is the foundation of how this carnival started.
3-4 weeks ago, when the girls were murdered, it did spark off riots. The month before, there was somebody that suffered from mental health, and he was going around looking for people to kill. He had a samurai sword. When the other guy, the white guy, killed the black young boy who was very educated, he was going to school, he had his whole life ahead of him. Did you see any black people rioting? No. That happened before the incident of the 3 girls. Both incidents are completely tragic. As a mother, I cannot fathom ever losing my child. It would send me mad. I have to say there needs to be more done to help people in this country who clearly are suffering from mental health. There's no other reason as to why you'd go and kill an innocent black child or why you'd go and kill 3 innocent children. The amount of people that came out to defy racism in this country, they said, no, we're not having it. It was triple the amount of people that came out to say, no, we don't want you here. Anyway, I wish them the best of luck. I hope they rot in jail. I hope they drop the soap, if you can read between the lines. And I wish them and their children and their lineage the best of luck. I think it was the Mangrove restaurant.
Mangrove Restaurant, which is a West London restaurant in Notting Hill. That restaurant had been consistently harassed by the police. There were 3 raids on the restaurant, ostensibly for drugs. Nothing was found. And so the community responded with a demonstration.
It has been for some time now that black people have been caught up in complaining to police about police.
I know the police are trying very hard to change their impression and their image, but it's really difficult to see when they're still taking pictures of black women that have recently been murdered.
Dennis Jaffa and Jamie Lewis called Bieber Henry and Nicole Smallman 2 dead birds. Sent to guard their bodies, they instead took images on their phones which they shared with friends and fellow police officers.
That's the one. Even in America, whilst we're in England, you know, they still very much affect how we feel.
Chris Cabot.
So Chris Cabot is a 24-year-old father-to-be, fiancé, friend, brother, son, who was shot and killed by the police in London on Monday. He was unarmed. They chased him, they rammed him in, and they fired a fatal shot and killed him, even though he was unarmed.
And that case is still under investigation. 2010, I remember when the riots took place because Mark Duggan got shot by the police in Tottenham.
That undercover officers stopped Duggan in a minicab after they'd received information he'd collected a gun. But after the shots were fired, there was no weapon in or around the cab.
No officer steps out at the start of the day to run an operation that results in someone dying. So our sympathy today is with Mark Duggan's family. They have lost a loved one.
The majority of people in this country know that Mark was executed. He was executed, and we still believe that.
You know, what other excuse? You've got athletes coming out that are doing their 100-metre and 200-metre race with their children in the car. The police are pulling over because they fit a description. You've got people coming off the bus, chastisement by the police in front of her children. Yeah, okay, you know, evasion, she didn't pay, but it's a psychological thing that the police have done for years. All the police aren't bad, but they have really got to deal with the systematic racism. At least back in the day, back in my grandparents' day, you know people were racist because they would call you the N-word.
At the end of the day, yeah, Carnival is a mixture of all colours. Our ancestors or black people that came over on the boat, they created this carnival.
My name is Leslie Palmer, and I've had a stroke last year, so that's why I am stuttering, okay? So you've got to, please, bear with me, okay? All right. I created this festival because it wasn't nice for black people here. I created this so they could be happy. Having left the West Indies, we just wanted to be free and happy.
What did you find when you got here?
It was fucking misery. It was misery. There was bad housing, nowhere to sleep, nowhere. So I came here. There are many wonderful people in the world, and those people who are very nasty people. There are lots of nasty people in the world. The people are greater than all the nasty people.
Many generations after, we forget. We forget the true essence of what Carnival is. But to me, it's my grandmother. And now I get to enjoy the fruits of her labor. And I can create something. Look at him. Hey, brother, where are you from? Where are you from?
Ethnically,
yeah. Where are you from?
My mom's Pakistani, my dad's Jamaican and English. My dad's Jamaican and English.
Look at this.
But I was taught you go by your dad's lineage. So my dad's Jamaican, yeah, so I'm here. Oh shit.
So now it goes back to the essence of what I'm saying. This is what Carnival is about.
It's about unity.
There you go.
Diversity.
There you go.
Because we've been taken from left to the right of the world and right to the left.
Now you see it. You see it now. It makes sense, right? I'm fully Jamaican. I was born in Jamaica and I'm now here.
Okay.
My kids are half Egyptian and half Jamaican. Let's go.
MashaAllah, man. That's nice, bro.
Alhamdulillah, my brother.
Wow.
Okay, my brother. Okay, subhanallah.
Wow.
Yeah?
Okay.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless me, my brother.
Okay, yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I wanted my daughter first, and I wanted my son to look after my daughter.
Yeah.
And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless me with that.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Got it, bro.
This is wavy, you know.
You got this in one clip. Now you can feel it. And I know that you are mixed heritage.
I'm actually just Indian, bro.
You're Indian?
Yeah.
That's even beautiful.
Peace and love. Please stop the war in Palestine. Stop those nasty things that are happening in Palestine. That is the worst thing I have ever seen in my life.
100. they're my people. Not even just because of Islamic culture, because of the oppression of what they're going through. And just African Americans were slaves for 400 years. And look what they're going through. Israelis. Sorry, I do not offend any Israelis or any Jews, but you guys was oppressed for how many years through the Holocaust? And now you're now bringing it back full circle to the people. You're doing what was done against you. War's about money.
Even if kids are paying the price.
Of course. That's what the elite think. They don't care. It's about money. Us common folks, we believe in saving the kids.
I would say read up on your history and become a bit more intelligent. I mean, I'm Jewish, but I think Israel's the front line at the moment.
So how do you feel when people say free Palestine to you?
Well, I think they're very naive. Free Israel, free Palestinians from terrorism.
And here I have with me
Alan Enfield,
who's been in the business for more than 40 years and is known as the king of fashion.
I ran many fashion houses all over the world, from Los Angeles, New York, Milan, Paris, and London, of course.
And what brings you to Carnival?
I love the vibe. I love people. I've been to carnivals all over the world. I help with the artists. I know a lot of the DJs. They've worked with me for the last 40, 50 years. This year, with all the trouble that we've been having around the world, everybody is so insecure, not just in the UK, but in America as well. I used to have all the parties in Los Angeles. In fact, my ex-wife was with LA models in Los Angeles. Every celebrity on the planet used to work with me. Eddie Murphy, Sly Stallone, I can go on forever. When I used to have my clubs in Los Angeles. I think it's very sad, the political situation all over the world at the moment. There is no security in the Western world. We need strong leadership. You allow the Islamists, they want to take over the world. I'm not talking about the innocent Muslim people who are born into it.
Hey, pan the camera. Look at all that's around you. Look at all that's around you. Pan. Keep them panning. Keep them panning. This is unity. Look at unity. Look at unity. Pan it. Look at unity. Okay. This is love.
What are you doing here?
I'm supplying a service for Notting Hill Carnival.
Which is?
Toilets and love.
Are you providing it?
Well, I give hugs to people that need hugs. The portable toilets, and it's a very clean toilet. Get sanitized.
Business, bro. We're making money.
What are you doing? What are you selling?
Toilets. We got the toilets. Vodka shots. We got the rum and the beers. So look, a person is £3 a person, but if they want to jump the queue, you got to pay £5. So it depends. I'm working with my uncle.
Why toilets?
Because people like to drink and then they wee, and I don't want them to wee on my property, so I provide service.
As you can see, so we run our own thing here.
Because the council, they don't provide a service. Like after Carnival, they don't come with their jet washers and clean out our gardens. So we take it in our own hands, so we don't have to suffer after Carnival because of the piss and the urine all over our gardens. It's 2 million people going to pass through the Carnival. Why not let us as residents make a little earning or provide a service for the people and have a good experience? Why wouldn't we supply a service for them and show them what we're really about? And this is what we're about: love, unity, and toilets too. Clean. Keep our community clean.
So brother, what are you doing here?
Selling stuff, from marijuana, from ganja. You can eat it, you can drink it, and you can smoke it. It gives you good health, It treats cancer, so many diabetes as well. Yeah, man. I started cannabis, I was 11 years old. So now it's about 29 years. No judge it, because you never try yet. Yeah, man, you have to free ganja,
Once you free the ganja, what happens?
Everybody happy, nobody kill each other, no crime.
Alright, chat to them. What does Carnival mean to you, bruv? Carnival just means TT gang, just bare molly, everything, bro. TT gang to the world, you get.
If I can be with you,
but I didn't wrong. Everyone just has to have good vibes, enjoy themselves. No one needs to get hurt. There's no need for that.
What's the TT gang?
TT gang, you gotta ask him, man. I know TT gang. Hey, what's TT gang? TT gang is just codeine and Finnegan, bro, straight. And Molly as well, bro. SMJ, squat money joke.
Which is?
Where you go to a squat, you know what it is.
Police are prepared for more trouble at the Notting Hill Carnival today after yesterday's family day saw 90 people arrested and 3 people stabbed.
Roll up for the sort of completely unmanaged festival of joy that is basically lots of people pooing in people's gardens, stabbing each other and twerking on police.
Like, you part of a group or someone or something?
Nah, there's no group, man. Nah, none of that, man. We ain't involved in none of that. We're just here to make money, have a good time. That's it. Peace, bro. Peace and harmony. There don't need to be no violence. Everyone needs to come here, have a good time.
So who are the people that are usually causing violence?
You never know. It could be anyone and everyone. Yeah, anyone and everyone.
Since 2017, there's been 54 stabbings at Notting Hill Carnival, which are largely attributed to the high presence of gangs in the area attending the festival. Notting Hill Carnival, being one of the largest street festivals in the world, attracts over 1 million people each year. Its scale, and the fact that it draws people from all over London, including gang members from various territories known as the Postcode Wars, make it a hotspot for conflict. The most notorious spot being Halfpenny Steps Bridge, which is the connection between the border of 2 rival gangs, the Ladbroke Grove Boys and the Harrow Road Boys, known as Mozart.
Do you know what the Postcode Wars are?
I do know what the postcode wars are.
Can you explain to us what they are?
It's basically individuals in this particular type of gang that's obviously fighting over their postcodes. And majority of the time, what is the point? I don't really see the point. You don't own it, your parents don't own it. With Carnival, really and truly, it should be a celebration of everyone united. No matter if you're a postcode from this one, that one, there's no time for bad vibes.
Hey guys, welcome to Notting Hill Carnival 2024. We're having too much fun. We're having a blast, and we love you guys so much. Mwah! Stay safe. Stay safe.
How do you feel about the rapid increase in knife crime in the UK?
Oh, I don't know. It's terrible. It's saddening. It's really sad.
But you know, you have to look at the system before you look at the people, guys. But we're also drunk, so don't take what we say.
What's your name?
My name's Marvin Herbert, born in Liverpool but brought up in London. So basically, I've been a really bad criminal. So I've been investigated for everything you could ever imagine to do with crime, stealing, robbing, shooting, killing, and drugs. And I've been shot 5 times, hence the eye. And I've been stabbed 24 times. I've had wars with near enough everyone in Europe over the drug trade, and sort of come out the other side smiling with a narrative to change the narrative on crime doesn't pay. It's a waste of time. So I'm showing the kids that if you want to get to my level, what I got to in the criminal world, it ain't worth it. You're better off getting into business early.
How do you feel about the postcode wars?
I think it's pathetic. I think it's created for the older people to sort of manipulate the younger people into selling drugs. It's muggy. There weren't no postcodes when we grew up. That's why everyone knows me. So I went everywhere doing everything. Postcodes come in when the older lot give a couple of people food and some of them couldn't sell it. Blah, come on, hooah. Do you see what I'm saying, Chuck? Like, someone's selling food and they're doing better than me, then I'll get people to beat him up. All bullshit for bullshit reasons. And we need to come together as a people, generate companies and earn money when we sleep.
How do you feel about the stabbing scene in England?
It's made up because there's a lot of insecure elders that are programming their youngsters to do bad things and making the youngsters feel good for it. I was a lunatic and I faced adversity head on, and the youngsters can't do that no more. So they're getting forced and bullied into doing things they don't want to do, and we're setting a movement up which will help change that process, if that makes sense. Because the youngsters need to make dough, the youngsters need to grow. We need to add value to the youngsters.
Listen, my name is Freddie. I drop music. I'm from the Ladbroke Grove. Push the peace, man. We're from the Goulburn. Put all the knives down. Just push the peace. Tell them.
Rude boy, get some in your head before you tell a word. You're wicked in a bed. Some man out a road say them not save lead. And the boss gunshot in a kind of my head. Before you take up a gun, take up a trade instead. I'm planning for the future, strictly as the head. Future it go rough and the future it go dread. Rich man them a go poor man them a for begging on your head. Get something in your head before you tell a word. You're wicked in a bed. Some man out a road say them not save lead. And the boss gunshot in a kind of man head. Before you take up a gun, take up a trade instead. I'm planning for this future, strictly ahead. Future it go rough and the future it go dread. Rich man them a go laugh, poor man them a for begging on your head. Get something in your head before you tell a word. You're wicked in a bed. Resist. Mind how you're going, when we kick on perform well. Rude boy. Get something in your head before you tell a word. You're wicked in a bed. Peace and love and unity. One order.
What I tell people is this, yeah? Learn Arabic, Chinese, Russian, Spanish and English fluently, and then get a business degree and just generate income for people, bruv, and we will never be skinned. And if we talk to each other, then we can do things outside of government, become sovereign states ourselves, if you know how to. Like, there's lots of things we can do as a people, rather than relying on the governments that we elect. I walk about like a superstar. And it's nice that people are respecting the fact that I've changed my life, I don't commit crime, I'm not a bad man, I don't hurt people, I don't stab people, and I don't shoot people. I just wish everybody an amazing day.
I hope you're having one.
Mate, every day's an amazing day. I don't have to worry about getting nicked, stabbed, shot or killed or put in prison.
Have you lost family or friends?
Lots. Too many. Too many. And we're in the process of losing some now. So it's just life, my brother.
Did racism ever play a part in it?
It always has, because that's how they're doing it now with the Muslims. Do you know what I mean? They're doing it now with the Muslims. They've done it with the blacks. They've done it with the Indians. They've done it with the Irish. That's what they do. They create racism. Racism is a module they use within government. The people are not racist. Look, carnivals like this every year. Governments create hate.
Why?
To control, divide and conquer.
American hip hop is dead right now. They're smelling our thing. The drill is anything. That's shit. The London rap is the one. Central C, Fredo, Snap Capone, Nines, K-Coke.
What's so dead about the American music scene?
They're all liars. It's fake. They push lies to the kids. They lie about a lifestyle that they're not living, like gangster. Gangster don't mean you shoot people. Gangster mean you like people and you look after your community. What you're doing right now is gangster because you care. That's gangster. Gangster ain't because you go and kill people and you got money. No, gangsters help. Feed your next door neighbor. Help somebody when they need a hand. So we call it hand, H-A-N-D. Have a nice day. Show me your hand, deal hand. Give me your hand, lend me a hand. Realness. So Americans, they push fake. It's a business. It's a fake business. And what they do, the more little kids are in jail, is the more money they get. Americans now, they're not cutting it, bro.
What makes the UK so real?
We say how it is.
If you ain't shot nobody, then shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Digga D, born Reese Herbert, is a prominent figure in the UK drill scene. Rising to fame in his teens, he became known for raw lyrics depicting life on the streets of West London. Growing up in Ladbroke Grove, Digga D helped form the UK drill group 1011 in 2015, named after the W10 and W11 postcodes. His music is both celebrated for its authenticity and criticized for its alleged glorification of violence. In 2017, Digga D and other members were arrested with machetes and baseball bats, claiming they were making a drill music video after a stop and search detected the weapons. Digga D was subject to a criminal behavior order in 2018 that restricted the content of his lyrics, sparking debates about censorship and artistic freedom within rap music. Later, 1011 rebranded their group to CGM, Certified Grove members. In 2019, Digga D was charged for taking part in an organized fight with at least 7 knives and a gun being involved. He was sentenced to 2 years and 6 months in 2020. In 2024, Digga D pleaded guilty to a charge of smuggling cannabis, where he remains in custody at the HMP Wormwood Scrubs prison.
And what do you not want, bro? I'm here! I am here! Stop, man!
Despite legal challenges, Digga D has continued to be an influential voice in UK drill, with his music offering a window into realities of urban youth culture in London.
I feel like music plays a part in crime.
I don't think so necessarily. I think music probably, it's a positive outlet, especially as a writer, you know, you want to write lyrics that aren't causing like, you know, destructive energy. Some music, if it's just by its nature, probably riles people up a little bit.
Do you know who Digga D is?
It sounds like a rapper, but I don't know him. Is it a him?
It is a him and he's from here. One of his songs, it's not available on YouTube anymore. It was. It's been taken down. I don't know by who, but...
We have a knife, Papa, we is. We take it to push it right in your face. Stop, 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 stop.
Stop, 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 stop. Stop, stop.
Nothing wrong with a little repetition in writing, but stab, 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 stab. It, you know, it's violent, it's angry. Yeah, it doesn't sound very pleasant. And I think a song like that in the wrong ears would definitely have a influential element to it. So I think, you know, hopefully there's not too many people would actually take that too literally or put it into practice. But even if one person did, it's a bad thing, isn't it?
But Archie, who in this one?
I listen, we're live at night. We're live. Live and not in Hill Carnival. What I gotta say is we're fucking live.
No one can talk to us. I'm drunk, I'm high, high in the sky.
Yo. Outside, where they get them outside, you see me? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Aye. Get on my Insta, Archie Hill.
Yo, quick one. Do you like Digga D?
Oh yeah, he's cold still.
What's cool about Digga D?
His music's quite good, quite progressive. Like,
why would he rap about something violent?
Because that's his lifestyle. He's portraying his lifestyle.
What's your understanding of drill music?
Artist like Digga D, I guess.
What do you think of Digga D?
His bars are nice, got a good flow.
Have you heard the song Pon Me Waist by him?
A good song, man. Makes me feel good, innit?
Do you want to stab anyone?
Nah.
I think at the end of the day, if you're gonna go out there and stab someone, you're gonna do it, regardless of any music. Do you get me? Music, I do music myself. It's an outlet. Do you get me? Obviously, I don't do drill, but it's an outlet, bro. I'll write a track. I'll talk how I'm feeling. You get me? There's a lot of other things that you don't blame Call of Duty for school shootings and that. Do you get me? It's easy to point a finger, but it's even harder to solve the actual cause. You get me? Anyone can point this, that, but to solve the actual cause, it's hard. You get me? Otherwise, they would have done it already. Digga D, man, you get me? He's doing his thing. They don't want to see him win, you get me? They don't want to see him win, so you get me, bro?
You need to remember, music is about a story. Music, you're portraying your story. When you make music, you're pouring out your emotions. And for the reader to feel and convey that and understand that. That's why you create fans.
The government don't take care of people like myself. As a male myself, going through what I've gone through. Drill is just someone telling you a story of doing what they had to do to get through life. Because he's a good artist. He had to go through what he went through, and he's telling you live and direct, innit?
My name is Gaz Mayall. I run Gaz's Rockin' Blues. I've run it for 44 years. Started in 1980 in the West End, and I've been doing Carnival from 1982. My father was a famous blues musician called John Mayall from Manchester. John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. So I grew up with the blues as like the soundtrack to my youth. It's real music from the gutter. The jump side to the blues is called rock and roll.
One day, I went to Hyde Park. The Rolling Stones did a concert, and I climbed on a tree to go and see the concert because it was so absolutely wonderful. And that's when the idea came to me to create in my community the carnival.
Music is a perfect way to just exercise all those things in your life, all the trauma. Just get it out of your system with music. Blues, reggae.
Pan is life. Yeah, I learned everything I know, like my personality in that. So when people say, you're a nice guy, you know how to do this, I learned it all through Pan. So I'm part of a steel band as well. We're just not here this year.
Why pans?
Carnival started with Pan. Everything's Pan.
It's the roots. The carnival is from Trinidad and Tobago, and Pan is an integral part of that. Where else are you going to be when you're a panhead like me and all my crew?
I started when I was 12. My band's been going for 49 years.
So it's the sound that means the most to you, and that brings you
the sound. It's unique. There's no other instrument like it.
Even though it started off in Trinidad and Tobago, it's come over here, it's gone Pan all over the world. And we've got players from all different cultures and ethnicities. And yeah, Pan is for everyone. So it doesn't matter what colour your skin is or how old you are or where you're from.
Get into Pan. Pan is life. And that's it. Anybody that's doing anything else apart from Pan, for me, they're in the wrong zone, because this is why we're here today.
So how do you feel about sound system culture?
No, I don't like it.
Why?
Okay, it kills the Pan culture. If a sound system sets up here and starts playing, we can't be heard.
Okay, so my name is Rachel from Channel 1 Sound System. I'm here because it's Carnival weekend. It's our 45th year this year. Our mission is officially that we're trying to break down barriers. We've got people here, as you can see, of all ages, all sexes, all races, trying to get the message of reggae and unity and togetherness to everybody all over the world. I think the first time I really felt it is it's a physical effect. It's not just your ears. You can feel it in your chest. You can feel it in your hair. You can make your eyeballs wobble. It's a spiritual thing, I think.
Is that what's happening to them over there?
I think everyone is going wild. The bass is dropping right now. And people can feel it.
That's why Carnival is so popular. Look at this. a major step towards world peace.
But let's go back to one of our main stories today, which is the horrible news now that 2 people have died.
Cher Maximin was stabbed.
We're also hearing that a top chef attacked in a separate incident during the Notting Hill Carnival has also died. Police found Musi Imnetu unconscious on the streets of...
This Notting Hill two-tier police thing is driving everybody nuts.
8 people stabbed, 334 arrests over the bank holiday weekend, the majority for possession of an offensive weapon.
The following days after Carnival, Sanjay and I visited a youth centre in the area called Kids on the Green to explore their perspective.
We initially started as an emergency response to the Grenfell fire. There was a tower block which had some unsafe cladding on it. The idea was these tower blocks initially when they were made were just brick, right? Somebody, didn't like the look of that and it wasn't very appealing to the eye, so let's cover them in this plastic cladding. Fire started in the flat enormously. It went over the top of the building, came down the other side. Firefighters, the heroes that they are, they showed up. This was something they'd never seen before. These guys went in and risked their life. Unfortunately, we're told that 72 people lost their lives that day. Could be more. We'll never know. What that done was it brought this community together. At the time, I wasn't part of KOTG, which started the next day by the founder, Zoe Levac, who started this as an emergency response. Her idea was that she was seeing all these little kids watching this tower burning because it burnt for a few days and they shouldn't be looking at this type of imagery. So she just took them to a little green around the corner where there was kind of buildings blocking the view and just tried to occupy them with crayons, footballs, guitar, circus, whatever it was, just so they weren't witnessing this horrific thing unfolding. At that time, because I lived in the area, I had a friend who had like some removal vans. We kind of just said, look, we need to get a van out and help people. Like the resilience of the community was incredible. People came together, donations were flooding in. Ultimately, what's happened in the years since then is there's still been no justice, still no one's been held accountable. So there's still a bit of anger in the area, rightfully so. Now we find ourselves working with the wider community as well as those that were traumatized by Grenfell. We even have a Grenfell survivor, again, somebody that we worked with in the early days who's one of our staff members now. But what I think Grenfell initially did was, apart from the tragedy itself, it highlighted a lot of other areas in the community and a lot of other cracks. Since then, we've evolved into a community group which ultimately works with young people in the area from all backgrounds. We might work with some vulnerable young people, maybe young people that aren't doing great in school and academic world. And we'll try and show them career paths into the creative industries. We'll work with people on their mental health. A lot of vulnerable young people from the age of 15 to 24 who maybe tend to get left out by society. These are the age groups that get told, once you're 18 or you're a man now, you've got to go out and work. And some of these young people aren't ready yet. We've had young people who we've had to rescue from county lines. We constantly work with young people and turn around school exclusions with them. I've got a couple of young people who were affected by Grenfell, didn't really get much out of their education, were maybe a bit lost in life on their path. These guys have had skills, training, they're now out operating cameras, operating sound. Our success stories are the young people's success. Any young person we've helped that we see doing well, and there is loads.
You help kids find creativity?
Yeah, that's one of the things we do. We do find that young people that struggle in an academic setting tend to thrive in this environment. When we have a podcast facility, and we won't just show young people how to sit in a chair and take part in a podcast. We'll show them how to set up the room, how to set up the lighting, how to put the equipment together.
Why creativity?
There's a high demand out of young people that want to be in the music industry, that want to be in the film industry, that want to be in the TV industry. These industries are hard to crack. I think this whole area is a creative hub, and I think Carnival just showcases that, but not just showcases it for the area, but for the culture in itself and for the cultures that live within the community. You have Panorama on a Saturday night before Carnival, which is an event with distilled pans where everyone gets judged. This building last year was used to host one of the costume designers, and they made all the costumes here. The music side of it, Bashi, who's quite local, he performed at one of the sound systems. So you've got the music element, then you've got all the food consumption, all the creativeness that goes into that. Even talking about creativity, the boards go up to the few days before. You've got graffiti artists in the area doing these magnificent pieces on walls. It couldn't be anything further from tension and violence.
How many people were arrested at the Notting Hill Carnival this year?
349 people arrested and 8 people stabbed.
Millions of people. Out of all those millions, how many of those people went there and had the best time of their life? They had a great day, had a great event. Unfortunately, like so many things, the few can spoil it for the many.
The media obviously has an outlet that they got to portray, you get me? Obviously you get me, drama sells. So obviously they're gonna dramatize it. They gotta sell stories at the end of the day, you get me? Obviously when you're here, it's live, look around, everyone's vibing, you get me, boss? So
personally, I don't support it, how they're being racist, you know what I mean? Because if they want to do it to me,
well, we need to catch
bang! But I need the beanies though. I don't support what they're doing. They're dickheads, you know what I mean? Alright, bye.
Really make you frustrated.
Yeah, it makes me very frustrated, bro.
Why?
Because they're wet. Why they do that? Why are they doing it? Like, do they want to get banged in the face by the black guys? Are they dumb? Are they
This guy is chatting the most shit.
But they're jealous because of the black people because we're majestic, and the white and the other races don't got it like us. They don't got it. They don't got it like us.
I think everyone has their own reality. The media have a job to do. Everyone's assigned with a task. If someone's task is to go and paint a bad picture of something or paint it with a negative brush, they'll find a way and a means to do that, and they'll latch on to maybe like the small statistics of things that happen.
There was that whole thing with the Times taking a photo of Giggs after he finished one of his sets last year, and they cropped his security guards out. They cropped the white security guards out and they left the black ones in, and it looked like Giggs ballied up with like a few people next to him in bulletproof vests, and they all had their hoods up, and they used that photo to talk about the violence at Carnival.
Why did the Times think they could get away with that?
They didn't think about if they could get away with it. They thought about selling papers, and that's how the media works. You kind of govern headlines through fear, and people are more inclined to buy it. That's where the old form of ruling, divide and conquer, comes from.
Don't get me wrong, you know, there are some tragic things that happen this year, unfortunately. I don't want to say it's inevitable because it isn't, just the world we're in. I don't really pay too much mind to the media. We as a community know the event.
Why do you feel like the media are always concentrating on Notting Hill Carnival but not reporting on other places that have had crime as well?
Over the years, what I've noticed is it is any excuse to tarnish Carnival. It's happened throughout the ages. It's been a thing.
And if you actually look at the numbers and you compare the number of arrests to something like Glastonbury.
Yeah, we really outside. Let me tell them something. You get me? Carnival. I'm here with my nigga. We telling them, where you from?
I'm from North London.
I'm from North London. Listen, let me tell you lot something. Carnival, you get me what I'm saying? We get shit cracking over here. I'm here with my broskies, we outside. My nigga here from Trinidad and Tobago. Shit, the fuck you mean? Listen, don't play with them.
I think the difference between Carnival and the festival is Carnival is very unique. You've got the procession of floats which goes through the area on a very specific route, which get followed by a lot of people. Then on a lot of the side streets, you have break-off sound systems. It's not like a festival where you're in an enclosed space. It's monitored, it's controlled. Here, so you can just walk into the area and you're in the midst of it. You can take a turning and you come to a crowd of like 300-400 people. Gentrification and whatever happens in areas like this, you know, people move in. You've got people that love the event, but they probably don't want it on their doorstep.
I live here. That's where my flat is, my apartment. It's lovely. It's a nice, you know, festival, but it does cause a lot of problems for us. I can't park my car. I have 2 kids. It's a lot of mess, and we see people doing some inappropriate things. It's not really something that I look forward to every year.
Is this an example of an event that is being policed differently? Because, let's face it, it is a predominantly black event.
Carnival celebrates Caribbean culture, but Carnival ultimately is for everybody. I think the idea of Carnival isn't just for people from the Caribbean, it's to showcase Caribbean culture to the rest of the world. You have more people of culture in this area than anywhere else in the UK. I think the outside eye looks at it maybe differently. I've lived in this area for a long time. That is not the feeling of the community. How many people witnessed the incident that were at Carnival? How many people really witnessed something bad happen or negative happen? I took my son there on a Sunday this year. We had a great day. We walked around, had some food, soaked in some music, went home. Didn't see any trouble. I know that every way into the Carnival, you do have police, you do have checkpoints, they'll be searching people. They do their best to kind of stop the weapons entering the area. I know they do sweeps days before, where people come to the area before Carnival and they'll stash weapons. There is a community team here of police who are decent, you know, they do the right thing.
The street fathers are a different way of doing things and calming things. Men from our community, from different ages, come together to give something back to our community.
We help the community, we make sure the young people know that the different programs that are available to them. Today, we're looking after this sound just to keep the peace. We just have to be at the right place, right time, but more time, prevention is better than cure. We're quite well known in the community, respected.
Community engagement, and that is about really engaging with the particularly young people to deal with their emotional trauma and their volatility in a more constructive way. We're not about getting the man them lock up if we can avoid it, but we also are not about letting the man them walk with their weapons. We encourage them to give it up to us, but to walk away is not an option. They don't feel safe, and so therefore they feel comfortable walking with a knife or a machete or a Rambo, whatever it is.
We definitely want to decrease the knife crime. Yeah, we want to do everything in our power to support it, to support our young people and make sure that they're actually fulfilling their futures.
we are people that will step in and do our utmost to de-escalate.
What would push a child or an adult towards crime?
Some ego, some greed, and some because they don't know no better and don't see no way out.
What's your name?
Owen. My name's Owen. What's yours?
Sanjay. Pleasure to meet you, lad.
Pleasure.
If I'm correct, you were arrested at Carnival, right?
Yeah.
How come?
Carnival. Just, yeah, man, trying to, you know, be in that lifestyle, and just, it wasn't, you know, what the right things I should be doing, the right, you know, environments, the right, like, bringing things to that sort of environment.
What did you bring to Carnival?
So, something that was prohibited.
Which is?
You know, something that's prohibited, basically, yeah. Just, you know, firearm. Yeah. Yeah, man, it was, you get, being around certain people, and you know, you look up to certain people, you see certain things as a kid, whether it's in movies, whether it's in, do you get?
2017 is when you got arrested, yeah? So, what have you learned since then? And where's your life gone since then?
It's been, you know, just understanding certain things, you know. It's different in certain environments. You have to act accordingly in certain environments. So, obviously, yeah, man, it was, you know, it wasn't a way I wanted to spend my teens, you know. However, yeah, 3 years, got a recall, and then, yeah. And then it was like, the recall was like, to understand, is this really like second chance, third chance, like, is this really what you want in life? No, it's not. Cool. You get? Finding better ways to get there, do you get? You know, just planning and, you know, preparation and just going at what you really want in life, so, yeah.
How do you feel when you look back at yourself, what you were back then and what you are now?
I was potentially, I think I was like you, I was a kid, I was reckless. I didn't want to, like, you know, learn from my mistakes from the previous year, so, yeah, it was,
I was one of those young men, and I end up paying the price for it. And you know what? It is not worth going to jail for material stuff. It's much better for you to keep your good name, and things will go your way if you really apply yourself.
What are you wearing?
It's a stab-proof vest, but it's not a stab-proof to say that we're a vigilante. And we don't wear it hidden, we wear it out to show that we're here to safeguard everyone in our space. We can't be stupid. We must also safeguard ourselves. This is our culture. And it's so important that if we can avoid any violence, that we should do. They've got 7,000 police. If they're not strategically placed, it doesn't matter how much police you get, trouble will still come here.
What's the difference between you and the police?
The police come with baggage. We just come with love and respect. Most of our men have been through their own trauma. And what they want to do, they recognize it, and they've acquired certain tools to deal with it. The police only know one way, that's about enforcement. They don't know about how to just get in there and to stop things from escalating. That triggers many people in our community.
Oh my goodness, the police.
So, bro,
Yeah?
what was going on with the police there?
What's going on with the police?
Sorry, yeah, what was going on with the police?
The police are haters. They don't want to see a young nigga.
Brother.
They don't want to see a young nigga.
Say that again.
The police don't want to see a young nigga shining. Young niggas, plural. You get me? When they see young niggas successful, getting this money, they start hating. You understand?
Why do they not want to see you shine?
Us young black men getting this money and being successful. They want us to be here, sticking to their, what's it called? I don't even know what word to say. What's the word? It's like structural. How they have the police, you have the
system.
Yeah, you get me? They don't want us sticking to the structure. I don't know where this is going, but fuck it. I'm a gangster.
The police are a gang themselves, especially in the carnival. The police are much as gangy as everyone else. People naturally have an issue with authority. So policemen represent authority. So if they come into a carnival, if they come into your neighborhood, there's sort of a territorial sort of protectionism, thinking, okay,
This is our place. What are you doing here?
It's unfortunate that what's happened to our carnival is being hijacked by the government establishment. If we can't police our own event as we see fit, what chance have we got? We've got a weak leadership who's the carnival organisers, and they've got to go, because for too long they have been getting it wrong, and they're just been lining their own kind of pocket at the cost of us.
We're not here for the money. This isn't a sector that you're here to get rich in. Ultimately, if you don't care, you shouldn't really be working in this type of field. We do get help. We do get support. Could there be more? Of course there could. Could we have more money? Absolutely. But is anyone to blame for that? Could I point a finger and say it's that person's fault? No. Anywhere where you're going to have a massive congregation of people, you're going to get opportunists. We know a lot of young people have got issues going on, rival gangs, people think they're going to see people. Some people genuinely are scared. It could be peer pressure. It could be, we know there's a lot of young people being groomed into situations. We know there's young people that get into situations that they can't get out of, and sometimes the outcome is they have to do certain things. We know some people do it on their own will. I don't think we can start just labeling groups of people, because then we're just becoming like the right-wing media. Oh, it's that lot. I think each young person has got their reasons, and each young person has had their own truths and their own things that they've been through that will lead them to a situation in life where they are carrying a weapon. I think it's this type of race, it's this demographic, and I don't think it's that simple. You can't generalize and assume that everyone's in the same situation. Everyone's different. Every case is different. We can say that there's a demographic of young people now who look and dress a certain way like each other, tend to have beefs, and ultimately it's a mirror image of people. They dress the same, they look the same, and they have problems with each other. Is that a form of self-hatred? Is that something that's been put into them? But where does it stem from? You're not born with that mindset. So where does it come from? Is more what you should be looking into, rather than generalizing and go, oh, they're the problem. Or why? How do we help that problem? How do we fix it? How do we solve it? Not just looking for a pat on the back because you've identified a problem. We're not about problems, we're about solutions.
Put down the knife, it's long. You don't want to spend the rest of your life in jail. You don't want to have on your conscience what you've done to someone else. And then spare of the moment and madness. Put down the knife.
There's a lot of evil already in this world. Let's try to do something positive. We're always glamorizing the knife crime and everything else. We're not celebrating our young people. How about we start doing that, If it takes a village to raise a child, why do we keep raising children alone?
Don't believe what you say here in the right-wing press. We can coexist together.
Coming to Carnival is the protest, coming together and connecting to ourselves, and actually leaving here not with anger towards the people that we disagree with, but a sense of love in our hearts to all kinds of people, a sense of compassion. That's really powerful.
You can't be closed-minded in life. You got to be open-minded, you get me? You can't just believe one narrative. You've got to experience it for yourself, and actually, you get me? That way you can have an opinion. How can I have an opinion on something I don't know?
Here you can have the fun, the people are nice, the culture and everything. Like in Europe, people party like this. You hear gunshot, you hear some shit. But here, it's different. People just enjoying the culture. Caribbean, African, everyone is the same, you get me? There is no such thing called, I know black, none of that shit. This shit here is different.
And that's what the world needs right now. And that's what this old tradition that is somehow still with us, is what it gives to us.
Notting Hill is where them is. And them know the reggae business. My name is Charge, an original Surdy sound. Then Unity Hi-Fi, I'm not telling no lie. With the camera and the microphone, we got to survive. I charge and again, I'm not beg no friend. It's a pity that the session it ends.
Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. I just want to thank the guys over at Channel 5 for giving us this opportunity to make this video a reality.
Oi, big up Channel 5, you guys do it big. Andrew Callaghan, Andrew. Bro, I'm on tour right here, bro. Him and my boy Wicks here. Bro, that's my gang, bro, that's my gang. I ain't gonna spit for Andrew right now, you heard me spit. Shout out to Andrew, Channel 5, big fan.
We don't fuck with Cass. This is the best number. This is the best number.
Wow. Shout out America, you get me? You're gonna see me there soon. I need to touch down America.
That's some real shit as well, bro. That's some real shit. Real gang shit out here, bro. Real shit. Gang, nigga.
USA across the pond, my brothers from another mother. Big up Channel 5. Ooh-ah.
It was a pleasure guest reporting on the UK Riots video. If you haven't already, go check out our full-length cut on our channel, Reel Knewz. Big up to the Reel Knewz team, Jake, Freddie, Charlie, Jack, Cyrus, and Brad. Couldn't have done it without you guys. This has been Graham and Sanjay signing off. Stay tuned for the next one.
And type in who is London Best Dressed Man.
That's you, right?
My guy.
Well, there you go. Sanjay, nice meeting you.
You too, brother.
Yes. Yeah.